the greatest players I've ever seen. You've also got some of the thinnest skin I've ever seen. I don't know if you're made for New York City. I think that would be the toughest aspect. He's arguing with these teenagers online. He's not going to be able to deal with that New York media. He's a great person, a great player. I don't think he has the mental makeup to play in New York. That's just my personal opinion. Sir Charles never minced his words. Shannon, your take on this one?
I think it would be difficult for him, Skip. KD wants to prove that he's more than the Golden State Warriors. Everybody criticized KD for joining this stacked team, 73-9 before he got there. KD's team, the OKC Thunder, had the 73-9 team down 3-1. And they come back and beat them, and then KD turns and joins the team. So going to New York, he would be thought of as a savior. He would need to prove that he can win somewhere, win a title somewhere else other than Golden State. You see, Skip, the thing about the New York media is there's more of them. And the paper, they have something that's very interesting. They have a page 6. And that's not all the positive. They don't really put the whole lot of positive things on that page. KD in New York.
New York Post.
Yeah. It's hard when you're 7 foot tall, Skip. Even though, you know, there's 20 million people, you kind of stick out. And what KD needs to understand, because he's thought of as a savior, he gets there. When's the last time KD lost 8 games in a row? When's the last time KD, we went back, the last time KD lost 30 games in a season was 2014. He missed 55. So it's kind of hard, you know, when you're not playing. Go Golden State, Skip, you go 67-15, you go 62-9, whatever. And then all of a sudden, you 50-32, you 48-34.
You get a parade in New York for that right now.
Nah, not him. No. A lesser tier guy. Because remember, the best player is supposed to deliver. He needs to prove that he's more than the Warriors. That's what he wants to prove. That's what this is about. Because this was just about winning, Skip. You would never leave that situation. That's ideal. You got somebody, if you have an off game, you got 2 other guys, then go get 30, 40 and bring you home with a breeze. But he wants to prove, because Kevin Durant left for one particular reason, Skip. He left because he didn't want to, when they start talking about the best player to never won a title, Elgin Baylor, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing. Guess who else's name was in that category, Skip? Kevin Durant's. Now they can't say that. But they said, well, Kevin, yeah, you won. But look where you were. Do it here. I don't, Skip, like I said, and even though he gets into it, and Charles mentioned he gets into it with guys online, it doesn't affect his play. He might go back and forth with a reporter. It doesn't affect his play. It just makes him like, dude, that got you all riled up, caused you to get on a soapbox and say something because the guy said you were a chump for joining the Warriors, or the guy said this or that someone's better, and that gets you riled up. I think it would be very difficult. But if anybody can do it, and difficult is one thing, as long as it doesn't affect his play on the court, I don't care.
But your gut feeling is he would struggle in New York.
Yes.
Right? My gut feeling is he would thrive in New York. I completely disagree with you, and especially with Charles on his take, because Charles especially is missing the point. Kevin Durant is the ultimate contradiction. I'll agree with this. Charles said, thinnest skinned I've ever seen. He is the thinnest skinned superstar in any sport I have ever closely observed. That's off the court. On the court, he's as mentally tough as any player on big stage moments and games, as any player this side or since Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Well, that's my point.
Is.
On the court, no, he's still going to give you 30 and 6, but I'm saying you're going to see more. You're going to see more tweets. You're going to see more responses.
No, but it seems to fuel him. I've never seen anything like it. Remember, he left Russell Westbrook after they had blown a 3-1 lead over these Golden State players, right? And he joins forces with those guys. And he took as much heat and criticism and absolute downright ridicule as any NBA player has ever taken in the internet age.
Well, this Skip, you say he's mentally strong. Well, how mentally strong are you if a team that you have down 3-1, they come back and beat you and you join said team? Is that mental strength?
Okay, but his point was, I'll never be able to win with that guy as my primary decision maker and ball handler.
Okay, well,
I can't overcome that guy.
Okay, you don't have to stay with that guy, but go to another team that take that team down. You don't go join that team if you're mentally strong as you say he is.
He was going into his 10th NBA season with 0 rings. And you just talked about guys who wind up with no rings. So now he's got not only 2 rings, he's got 2 finals MVPs. And he just might wind up with a 3rd ring right here, right now, even though he won't contribute much of any to
Let's
it.
just say, for the sake of argument, Skip, he goes to his hometown team, the Wizards,
Yep.
and he leads them to a title. Would one title with the Wizards have been more than those 2 in Golden State?
Well, sure it would. But when all is said and done and smoke clears and you look at his figurative epitaph from the NBA, he's got X number of rings and finals MVPs, and it goes a little foggy in your memory. How did he pull that off? Oh, well, he did it.
Oh,
He
Skip, because social media, they're going to pull it up. Because every time you start talking about it, somebody's going to pull up, yeah, but he joined this 73-19.
Okay, well, I'll give you the ultimate yeah, but. Yeah, but with the weight of the NBA world on his shoulders in the first go-round against LeBron, his first finals with the Warriors, he went to LeBron's house and he stuck it right in LeBron's face. I think the mantle got passed that night from LeBron to KD as best player on the planet because he shot the 3 of 3s right in his mug. And that ended game 3. And then he turned right around the next year and did the same thing to LeBron in his house in game 3 and just decided the series right there. Well, those are big stage moments against what you said was the best player on the planet. And you're a made man in my eyes, man. You're up there. You're pantheon.
But let me ask you a question. At what point were the Cavaliers as good a team as the Warriors?
They had the best player on the planet.
Okay, they had the best player, but I'm saying team. This is a team game. This ain't golf. This ain't tennis.
They're really good.
Well, no.
They
really
should have won game 1 last year at Oracle.
So let me ask you a question. When we chronicle and we go back and we said, however many it's been, so if you take the top 25 teams, finals teams that won this.
Okay, I got it. But did Kevin Durant crumble under that pressure? No.
Skip.
He thrived on it. He rose with it.
Okay, this is what we're going to find out.
Okay.
If he leaves Golden State, we're going to find out what he's made of.
Now, the New York media.
Yes.
I think Charles and you, and sometimes me to a certain extent, we live in the past when we talk about the New York media because the internet has shrunk the New York media because the internet has made it a global voice instead of the biggest media voice in this country.
So
in New
social
York.
media is bigger than New York media.
That's what I'm saying. And it's kind of defanged the New York media where it's not that big a deal anymore. And I love all those guys because a lot of them are my friends.
Right.
But the point is, once upon a time, they were it.
Right.
They were the mecca not only of basketball at Madison Square Garden, but they were the media mecca.
Right.
You had to play the palace if you wanted to be, thought of as top drawer media person.
Well, you'd fit right in. I don't know why you didn't work in the New York media.
Okay. Well, I lived in New York for 13 years. I was working for ESPN. Does that count?
No, I'm talking about right for one of the Post or the Daily News or one of them.
Okay. Well, I got offered once to go to the Daily News. I just didn't want to live there at that point. So, but I had my chance, but I didn't take it. Maybe I shrank from the pressure.
Yeah,
too much pressure.
What?
You know?
Not
true. Not true. There were extenuating circumstances. But the point is that it's not that bad anymore because it can be just as bad in Oakland, California, because you have the national media, you have the voice of the internet coming down on you.
But you know what we've seen from Kevin Durant, Skip? Yeah, he lashed out at Chris Broussard, but it's normally Adam Farmer from Iowa. It's the kid that says something negative about Kevin Durant. Yeah, that's what normally ruffles his feathers.
I'm astounded by it.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing, Kevin?
Yeah.
You're Kevin. What did he say to the media the other day? I'm Kevin Durant.
Right.
Well, I could say that. You're Kevin Durant.
Right.
You don't need to respond to that. Right. You're Shannon Sharp. Right. You don't need to respond to those people, but you do.
I do.
Okay. Well, then you're being hypocritical.
No, Skip. No. I mean, but Skip, see, I don't know how well Kevin Durant communicates because I engage. I've always engaged. I've always talked, hey, what you go blah, blah, blah with this and that. I got no problem with it, Skip.
Call him on it.
Now, for me, Skip, I look at myself like an ordinary person with an extraordinary job. And if I was in their seat and social media was available, man, I'd reach out and, hey, Kobe, what's up? Hey, Shaq, what's up? I would reach out and hope they would respond to me. I mean, I would like to think, and I'm not on that level. I'm not as big as Kevin Durant, but I think some people, like, man, Shannon Sharp hit me back. Did you see Shannon? That means something to him. So that's how I am, Skip. But for KD, we're going to find out. We're going to find out what you can do without Steph and Clay.
Okay.
And Draymond,
okay.
Don't forget Draymond.
All right, but that's a different issue than can he handle the New York media. But can he carry the team by himself? That's a whole nother issue.
Whoa. Hey,
but that could be an issue in Portland.
What do you think the media's thinking?
Mm-hmm.
He's the savior. Mm-hmm. So they're going to want to know, well, where is the Kevin Durant? Why isn't Kevin Durant delivering? Because, well, Steph and Clay and Draymond's not coming.
Yeah.
So that's going to be one of the reasons. But people don't want to, Skip, you know how that works.
But everybody will be wondering the same thing at ESPN.com and Bleacher Report and The Athletic. All the national media sites are going to be wondering the same thing. And that will feel worse to Kevin maybe than the New York media.
But it's the ones that you see every day that you think they should have your back that's going to be asking them tough questions. Well, what happened last night, Kevin? We've seen you so many times in situations like this. You're able to deliver, and you hadn't delivered. You know how he is. I mean, y'all voted him MVP. And then he comes back the next year and said, y'all don't know bleep about basketball.
He said that.
The very people that said that didn't know anything. So that must see, I told you, LeBron said.
Once upon a time, I was his biggest fan and defender. And one night he said, I don't know bleep about basketball because I was criticizing Russell Westbrook for shooting more shots than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Kevin?
Well,
I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're biting the hand that's feeding you.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Okay.
I was your biggest fan till you said I didn't belong in the Hall of Fame because I keep losing bets to you.
So now you've turned on me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. The bridge is burned.
Well, y'all
Great.
can debate whether KD would fit in New
You're in
York
the Hall
all
of
day
Fame,
long.
but
But I
you
tell
don't win
you
any
what,
bets.
after
Well,
17 wins for the
It
Knicks
is kind
last
of,
season,
it's a contradiction.
No, it's
they'd
not.
love if KD came there, that's for sure. Still to come, will Kawhi lead the Raptors to a big road win tonight
Oh,
in
now
Golden
you want to-
State? We're going to discuss that up next.
Yeah.